Hello, geeks and gamers. It's Jeremy coming to you with another video. And man, just every day, something new comes out about Disney doubling down and showing how out of touch with reality they are. So, and this story was posted, I think, 4 days ago on Metro, but I haven't heard anybody cover it, so I figured I would dive into it. So, the headline, and I'm going to add one little word to the headline. But crazy Kathleen Kennedy is actively working on hiring female Star Wars writers and directors, insists J.J. Abrams. Imagine if that said, crazy Kathleen Kennedy is actively working on hiring male Star Wars writers and directors, insists J.J. Abrams. Imagine if that was the headline. Imagine what the world would do if that was the headline. Oh, they would be upset. You know why? Because that's not equality. And they would be right. And I would be just as upset as they are. The problem is they don't want to get upset when it's the same thing just in a different form. This is not equality. This is identity politics. This is not going to help Star Wars move forward. Hiring the best person for the job, not based on race, sex, or gender, or sexual orientation, or who they voted for, or what their favorite food is, that is equality, not this garbage. You are basically alienating an entire gender from the hiring process for Star Wars. I don't use this word because I hate this word. It's become the new buzzword, though. That's bigotry. That's bigotry. That's the word that Twitter likes to throw around and whine about and use and call people. That's bigotry right there. But hey, what do I know? We're talking about ultimate woman respecters here. Why do they respect women? Because they tell us they respect women. So clearly, if you say it, it must be true. I'm sure neither one of these powerful Hollywood elites knew Harvey Weinstein. I'm sure neither one of them was aware of any of that going on. I'm sure they were just like, no, Harvey, I'm a woman respecter. You can't do that because we respect women. I'm sure they didn't know. But this whole story, look, it's like, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a fan of Disney. That doesn't mean I won't call them out. And I'm a big fan of Disney. And this kind of reminds me of this arrogance at Disney right now and this lack of understanding what the fandom wants. It kind of reminds me of Nintendo just a few years ago. Now, again, if anybody that knows me or spent any time in our Facebook group, I am a passionate defender of Nintendo. And I have been for a long time. But again, much like Disney, even if I'm a fan, that doesn't mean I don't have the ability to call them out when they're doing stupid stuff. So Nintendo has always had an arrogance about them. Now let's go back to the Wii. The Nintendo Wii sold like hotcakes, a juggernaut, cleared 100 million consoles. It was the hottest thing in the world. Nobody can deny that. But Nintendo, being the arrogant, successful company that they've always been, they didn't understand the demographics that were buying the Wii. It wasn't you, it wasn't me necessarily. Now, yes, I bought a Wii. I'm sure a few of you bought a Wii, but none of us were actually like playing our Wii every single day. And it was basically retirement homes and families, and it was bought for parties, and it was just a niche. It was a big niche thing. And so it sold like crazy. So Nintendo, when they wanted to do their follow-up to the Wii, they came out with the worst system ever, the Wii U. And they thought people would actually go buy it because it was a Wii U. They didn't understand that the people they had targeted, they weren't gamers. They weren't the people that was going to be lined up at midnight at GameStop. They were the families and the retirement homes and the casual people. They were just playing Wii Sports and Wii Play. They didn't care about, God of War 3 or Call of Duty or Halo. So when the Wii U came out, nobody bought it except for me and a few people. But generally speaking, it was a massive failure. And it was a failure because of Nintendo's arrogance, because they didn't understand that the demographics that they were going after weren't the demographics that were going to sustain their success. It was a short-term gain, long-term loss for them. And that's what that's what Disney is doing right now, is they're targeting towards a demographic that's not going to sustain success for you. And meanwhile, you are moving away from the people that have sustained your success. Now, Nintendo has since corrected course because the Switch is amazing and it's one of the best systems I've had in a long time. But hopefully that's what's going to happen with Disney, but I don't know. But right now, Disney's in that mode where they're so arrogant and they're so concerned with trying to make you think that they respect women, and they are completely slicing an entire gender out of the hiring process, or at least that's what they're saying. And it just shows how out of touch and arrogant they are right now, because they have the greatest IP on the planet, and they think that they can do whatever they want with it. And much like Nintendo, you're going to fall off a cliff if you continue to not focus on the people that made your base what it is. Nintendo has an extremely strong base, and Star Wars has an even stronger base. But stuff like this right here, and this mentality, and doubling down on the Last Jedi garbage, it's not going to sustain success if you don't correct course. And right now, I don't see any sign of slowing down for them. Han Solo's going to come out. Han Solo's not going to make $1 billion. And then is that the next film we have slated? Episode 9, I believe. So yeah, so we'll see what happens in Episode 9. Maybe Episode 9 will not make $1 billion. If it doesn't make $1 billion, that's going to be a problem, a major problem. But at this point, Disney's just so out of touch with reality, and their arrogance and their identity politics has them so flustered, and they're so focused on making everyone believe that they have the moral superiority that it just doesn't make any sense anymore. I'm so disappointed. But at the end of the day, do I expect anything more? Do I expect anything less from Hollywood? No. I mean, this is what Hollywood does, is they love to make you believe they are better than they really are. And right now, crazy Kathleen Kennedy, continues to drive the Star Wars train into the ground. And this is just more evidence to support that. They don't care about the box office decline. They don't care about the toy sales, because it was the alt-right's fault, everybody. It was the alt-right. It was the alt-right. I never even heard of the alt-right until like 2 years ago, or even a year ago. And now, like, the alt-right is apparently this phenomenon that's just going all through the world. Even though I've never really met an alt-right person, I don't even think I've had a conversation online with an alt-right person. I don't even know who alt-right is, other than this group that the liberals and the left-wing media like to blame things on. I don't know who the alt-right is. But yeah, really disappointing news, and we shall see what happens, but I am not holding my breath. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Have a great day. Talk to you later.